Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about decluttering, getting rid of stuff that you just no longer need or that may make your home seem cluttered or messy. So I compiled a list of 20 items. I tried to go for 25, I just couldn't get there. I have my notepad here with all 20 ideas. And we're gonna go ahead and get right into this video. So first, we'll start off with old and dingy looking clothing or linens. So this can include maybe that white t-shirt that you've had for a while that just doesn't really look white anymore. Old towels that are very worn and are starting to have holes in them. Old sheets that you've had for a while that maybe have started to get the little pills on them or the color is faded. This could include old underwear even. I have underwear from my pregnancy that I wore all the time that is stretched out and it just doesn't fit. And speaking of underwear, this will get us into number 2, which is ill-fitting and uncomfortable bras. I will only wear bras that don't have underwire and that are incredibly comfortable. My go-to bras are the ones from True & Co. They have no underwire. The fabric is pretty much invisible under all of your clothing. The straps don't slide off. They don't bunch up, so definitely get rid of those bras that might be a size off or that you just don't wear ever. There's no reason to have bras in your closet or dresser if you don't wear them. Number 3, and it's kind of related. This is just clothing that you never wear. So items that you haven't reached for in maybe 4 seasons or even 6 months. If you haven't reached for it in 6 months, and it's something that can be worn throughout each season, then definitely get rid of it. It's just taking up room in your closet and it's unnecessary to have it taking up space. This can also include clothing that is just uncomfortable, maybe material that's a little bit itchy. I have super sensitive skin, so I had to go through my entire closet this year and just get rid of stuff that I realized I was never gonna wear. Even though it looked nice, I was uncomfortable in it. So I tossed a bunch of stuff, I donated a bunch of stuff. I also sold some of my clothing, which is an idea. If you're gonna be cleaning out your closet, you can try to sell it. Number 4, this is expired or old personal care items such as cleansers, body cleansers, face wash, lotions, makeup. Makeup expires, and if you use it after the expiration date, it could cause bad things to happen to your skin. It can irritate your eyes if it's old mascara. So you definitely want to go through your makeup collection and throw out anything that is expired or just looks old or that you haven't used in a year or more. Nail polish. Nail polish does, it gets old. It gets sticky and streaky. So if you have old nail polish that you just don't use anymore, you haven't used it in a long time, you might as well just throw it out. Number 5 is paper items. I have this basket that I keep in my dining room where I put all of these bills that come in the mail every month, and if you don't go through them regularly, they can really pile up. It's really unnecessary because nowadays you can do everything on your phone or on your computer. So this can also include magazine subscriptions, maybe old ones that you've had laying around for a while that you've already looked through or that you know you'll never look through. Recycle them. Unsubscribe from the magazine subscriptions because you can just look at everything online now. It's a waste of paper. This can also refer to manuals and instructions. Maybe you got a new small appliance and it came with the manual. You already know how to use the equipment, or I have some where I don't even have that small appliance anymore because it broke. So throw those out. You don't need them. You can find them online anyway. If you go to the brand's website, you can find the manuals there and download them. Number 6 is old chipped dishes or cracked glasses, anything like that in your cupboard that you don't reach for anymore or it's just old and unused. It's unnecessary to have so many coffee mugs and too many dishes that are just piling up and taking up way too much space in your cabinets. Just keep it minimal, maybe enough for your family of 4, or if you have a few guests over, if they still have some use left in them, you can donate them. So number 7 is mismatched or old Tupperware. That is Nora saying hi in the background. So those pieces of Tupperware that have turned yellow or are starting to crack or have been through the dishwasher, microwave too many times, or they're just missing a cover, or you have the cover and you don't have the bottom. Just toss them, you don't need them, they're taking up space and you're most likely not even using them. Number 8 is decor or little knickknacks that are just causing clutter. You don't really love them anymore, they're just there collecting dust, and you can either replace them with another item that you do love or just clear the space, dust it off, and leave it looking less cluttered. Number 9 is DVDs and CDs. I am guilty of still having all of my CDs from when I was a teenager. I never use them. My husband still has his too, but we never use them. We just listen to everything online now, or the radio. You know, there's Apple Music and everything that's on your phone that you can sync up with your car and your computer. Everything's online now, so you toss out those old CDs or give them to a friend. Number 10 is expired pantry items. I'm sure we all have those canned goods that have been sitting in our cupboard that we thought we were going to use, and they're still sitting there 5 years later. Toss them. If you haven't used them in 5 years, you're most likely not going to use them. They're probably expired. Number 11 is cooking utensils that you have an excess amount of. You really only need a couple of spatulas. I mean, I cook all the time. I have an excess amount of cooking items that have just accumulated over the years. Like, you don't need to have 6 wooden spoons or 5 spatulas. A couple of each is good enough. So donate the ones you're not going to use that you have excess amounts of, and keep the ones that you know you're going to use on a daily basis. This makes cleaning dishes and organizing your kitchen, keeping it tidy, much easier. Number 12 is small appliances that you don't use anymore. So this could be a slow cooker that you don't need anymore. I just got a Instapot as a gift for Christmas, and it also works as a slow cooker. So I can get rid of my 12-year-old slow cooker that is pretty much too small for my family of 4 now. It was great when it was just me and my husband, but now we have the kids who eat with us. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out my old slow cooker. So I'm saving space in my cabinet. You say hi? Hi! So Nora's going to join us for the rest of the items. So number 13, it might be hard for us to get rid of these items, but it's best to just hang on to the memory and not the actual item that just takes up space in storage that you don't use anymore. And this is childhood items. Childhood toys, books, journals, maybe school supplies even. I have my old pencil box. I don't know why I still have this. I'm not gonna use it. The markers in there, they're probably all dried out. But I saved it because I thought it was fun, and now she's reading my notepad. It's time to get rid of them. Unless you plan on giving something to your kids, saving it for your future kids, that's fine, keep it. But there are a lot of items that you can get rid of that you know you're just never going to use, and they're just going to take up space, and you can just hold on to the memory of it rather than the actual item. Number 14 is old and unused cleaning products. I have a Lazy Susan full of cleaning products, and I think I only use probably 4 of them. So go through, throw them out the proper way that they need to be thrown out, and just keep the ones that you use on an everyday or weekly basis. What's next, Nora? Number 15, books, and this includes magazines. Yeah, that you won't read again, or that you don't plan to read. Maybe they were gifted to you. Yeah. Give them to someone else, give them to a friend, donate them to a library. Number 16 is old wallets or purses or bags that you're never going to use again. I've had the same purse for 4 years now. It was a little bit more expensive. I splurged on it. My husband got it for me as a Christmas gift years ago, and I'm still using it now. I do upgrade my wallet probably once a year, once every 2 years when it starts to get worn out or if the zipper breaks. But if you have old wallets and old purses laying around that you just don't use anymore, you know you're not going to use again, donate them, or if they're worn out, just toss them. Number 17 is pretty easy. We all have a junk drawer. If there's any pens, old pens or markers in there that just don't work anymore. So what I did was I got myself a piece of paper, a scrap piece of paper, pulled out all my pens out of my junk drawer wherever I could find them around the house, and just did a little scribble with each one, see if they worked. If they didn't, I tossed them and I kept the ones that I know I would use. So we're almost done. Number 18 is old cords that you have laying around. I have some that were up in a cabinet for years. I don't even know what they go to anymore. This can be like old cell phone chargers, old adapters for phones and computers, things like that. If you don't use them anymore, just toss them. There's no need to keep them. And that brings me on to number 19, which is old cell phones. We all know some of us have kept that old cell phone just because it's funny to look back and see the old flip phones that we used to use. But there's no need in having those cell phones laying around. They probably don't even work anymore, and you know you won't be able to use them with the current cell phone plans that they have nowadays. So last, but definitely not least, it's actually a pretty important one, is number 20, old, unused, and expired prescriptions or medicines from the drugstore. So I went through me and my husband's medicine drawer. We have a medicine drawer rather than a medicine cabinet. And I threw out all the prescriptions that were outdated, expired. And by doing this, it made the drawer look much more organized and clean. And it made all of the items that we actually use more accessible and easier to find. All right, guys, that is my list of 20 items and ideas for you to find throughout your home and get rid of and donate or throw away. It'll make your home seem more put together and less cluttered, which in my mind reduces stress. If you can think of anything else that maybe I left out that could be important, leave it in a comment below. That is it for today's video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.